All right, guys. Coach Ricky here, going over the build track for Monday, July 24th. This is day one Sugar WOD. We're super excited to get going with our new partnership with Sugar WOD. We're going to start the day off how we usually do. Get nice and aerobic with a cardio, 5 minutes. Option bike, row, run, ski, or jump rope singles. Anything to get your heart rate up. Get nice and warm. And then we're going to do some muscle activation, doing 2 sets of a side plank. That'll be 30 seconds per side, 10 banded monster lateral steps. If you haven't done that before, you're basically just taking a band with a good amount of tension, wrapping around your legs, just around above the knee area. You're going to get into like a quarter squat position and take some lateral steps, 10 one way, 10 the other way. And keep tension in there the whole time. And then you're going to do 10 reverse hypers. You can get on a GHD machine and do the reverse hyper motion, kind of sit on the GHD backwards as opposed to how you normally would sit on a GHD, to where you can move your legs in a reverse motion and get those reverse hypers in. And then you're just going to take a band and do some banded pull aparts, 10 of those. And it'll be 2 sets for that warm up. So the first piece for today is going to be kind of like an extended warm up. I don't want you all to use too heavy of weights here. This is really just more muscle activation. It's more priming your body for what you're really going to do. It's only going to be 2 sets, and it is a superset. The first movement is going to be 10 to 15 bench dips. So get a bench and do some dips with the bench with a 2-0 tempo. So that's 2 seconds down, explode back up, rest 15 seconds, and then you're going to do 10 seated Zottman curls. So sit on that bench, get 2 dumbbells. Zottman curls, if you remember, are you start with in the curl position with a supinated grip, and as you go up until you get to the top of that curl, then you switch that grip around, going back down into a pronated grip. So it's going to be 2 seconds, 2-0, so 2 seconds up and then back down. You're going to rest 15 seconds there, and then you're going to stay seated with your dumbbells, light dumbbells, and do 10 seated dumbbell rear delt flies. So I've seen a lot of people do the rear delt fly seated, where you can kind of put the dumbbells almost under your legs and do that fly motion. 2 seconds up, 2-0 for all these movements here on this superset. So rest 30 seconds and then go back to your bench dips, and only do 2 sets there. So second superset, we're going to have 3 working sets here. First movement's going to be an incline dumbbell bench press with a 2-2-XO tempo. So that is 2 seconds up, pause for 2 seconds at the top, and then back down. 8 to 12 reps, rest 45 seconds, and then we're going to get off of that bench and get into some dumbbell bent over rows. So stand up with some soft knees, bend over, and do your rows there with a 2-0-X1 tempo. So 2 seconds up, holding at the top with that tension, back down, and then for 1 second. Really 2-0-X1 is just to keep your reps good, make sure your form is good. 8 to 12 reps there, and then rest 45 seconds, and then get a band, wrap it around the top of a pull-up bar, and then you're going to do some tricep pull downs. So 2-0-XO for the tempo, 2 seconds down, explode back up, 10 to 15 reps there, just to get some blood flow. Rest 90 seconds after that and go back to your dumbbell bench press, your incline dumbbell bench press, and we're going to have 3 sets for that. So the dumbbell bench press will be your scoring, which we put in the scoreboard here. And then we're going to go into the next piece, which is a weighted strict dip. So get a dip bar out if you can, and do 3 working sets here. So weighted, you can put you can use a weight belt, or you can put a dumbbell or kettlebell between your legs, and do a 2-1-XO tempo. So 2 seconds down into the dip, 1 second quick pause, and explode back up. 8 to 10 reps. So pick a good weight that you can do for 3 working sets for 8 to 10 reps. Rest 90 to 120 seconds between sets, and do 3 sets there. That'll be your last piece for the day. And then your cool down is just going to be a 10-minute cool down of choice. It can be a C2 bike, anything cyclical aerobic. And then you have some stretches here, passive hang, which is just a passive hang on a pull-up bar. Prayer stretch is a yoga movement there that you get on your knees and stretch out your lats and your shoulders. And then a shoulder extension stretch is where you're still in that same position that you were in the prayer stretch, where you're putting your actual shoulder deltoid on the ground and feeling that tension, that stretch in the shoulder. 1 to 2 sets there, and that'll be it for Monday.